Coming up today on Houston Life, he is the star of the 80s war film Full Metal Jacket. Actor Matthew Modine talks about giving local fans an inside look at this iconic movie in a special exhibition arriving in Houston.
Plus, we are getting a first look at True Story with Ed and Randall, the new hybrid scripted, unscripted original comedy series now streaming on Peacock.
Then we're giving you a sneak peek at a perfect family tradition. Oh my gosh, see what is in store at this weekend's Popovich Comedy Pet Theater.
And another lucky KPRC2 insider is going to win big on our Houston Life prize wheel. All that and more is happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Friday, January 21st, 2022. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Lauren Kelly, in for Courtney ZAVALA, who has the day off. I cannot believe, Derek, it is 21 days into the new year. Like, how has that even happened so fast?
I know. You blink and life goes by. Those pets are adorable, by the way. We're going to have more on that. We're glad to have Tex with us today. And also, special guest Courtney ZAVALA joins us from home. It hasn't exactly been a vacation for you, Courtney, this week being in quarantine. How's it been? Because you look fantastic.
As always.
Well, I miss y'all so much. Happy Friday. I am so sad not to be there today because this show looks amazing. And Matthew Modine, I've been a fan since the Vision Quest days, Full Metal Jacket. I'm so excited that he's on the show today. But yes, this is the first day. I guess it is Friday since Monday that I actually got dressed and put makeup on. As you know, a COVID outbreak here in our house, unfortunately. Connor was knocked down pretty hard with COVID. So we're managing that. We're homeschooling. I was trying to dig out my quarantine queen sweatshirt because it's finally cold enough to wear it again. But I guess it took me a little longer to get ready today.
Well, you still look fabulous. You look fabulous as always, Courtney. I know that I've been watching your Insta stories and how you've been passing the time. So anytime you want to put up more makeup trends and just a look of your closet, I'm totally in to watch some more of that fun.
Not going stir crazy.
I've been digging out some old photos and was trying to organize, just photos and what I wanted. I have this vision of when the boys leave the nest that I can just bless them with their photo box because I don't have anything organized. And so I got some of that done. I organized some Valentine stuff, but my Christmas lights outside are still up. So I'm still a hot mess.
Who says you have to take them down?
I also think it is fantastic you've been able to use this time to be productive. Courtney, we were chatting on the phone earlier today, and you were telling me that you were going a little bit stir crazy and that you and Orlando were actually flipping a coin to figure out who would go to do the grocery pickup, right, where they bring them out to your car and put them in.
Yes, let me tell you something. It literally was like we're flipping a coin because we both wanted to get out of the house. I mean, everybody's here. Even Oscar's looking at his doggy watch like, when are y'all getting out of here, okay? I need some peace and quiet. I need my doggy nap time. Thank goodness, though. I mean, DoorDash has really saved us. My beautiful neighbors, George and Carol, they made us lovely chicken noodle soup earlier this week, and that was just heaven for the boys. They absolutely loved it, including Connor. He's had a rough go. His cough and congestion is really bad, and so we're just crossing our fingers for a negative test here soon. And, thankfully for the delivery of the Chick-fil-A, Derek got my salad today. So that's what I had for lunch. Yum.
All right. I mean, that's one of the silver linings of COVID, right? We can get pretty much anything
delivered to the house, absolutely.
Oh, Courtney, we miss you. Honestly, it's been so long, I sort of had forgotten what you look like, but you look even better than I remember. So you hang in there.
I'm tighter up here. Am I tighter and firmer
So much tighter and firmer, yes.
You look very, very good, and I'm glad you're still negative. So stay negative, and we'll see you when we see you.
Love you, Courtney.
I know. Happy Friday. And please give Matthew Modine fist bump or air hug or something. Big fan.
We will. And Tex sends his love as well. We'll see you soon.
Hi, Texo. We'll see you all soon. Love y'all.
Love you too. Okay, so how about a quick check-in of our Habitat home build? So this is going up in Northeast Houston, and despite the cold, today it was quite chilly here by Houstonian standards, right?
Of course, yeah, the people in the Midwest
Compared
are
to Chicago, right? So temperatures are really cold, but volunteers have still come together today in Northeast Houston. This is, again, our 9th annual KPRC2 home habitat build.
And look at the progress they've made. I think it's such a wonderful thing to do. Like, I love being a part of this every year. And like you said, Derek, it is cold out there, especially when you're nailing with those different tools and things. Your hands get frozen, but it's just such a rewarding feeling at the end of the day.
It sure is. And Reliant, they put together a team of volunteers today to get out there and swing those hammers. And as you mentioned, the house is coming together very, very quickly. A couple things really quickly, too, as well. Other corporate sponsors are Veritex Community Bank, Reliant, and of course Shipley Donuts. So in addition to our title sponsor, UT Health Houston, we couldn't do any of this without our partners, without the volunteers. So thanks for braving the cold. To get out there. The Houston cold, I mean 50 degrees, 45, that's quite
cold for us. That's why there's all these warnings, because we just don't know how to handle the cold.
Well, nice pair of gloves and some Uggs. Good place to start.
Well, we were talking briefly with Courtney about COVID, but I'm sure that everybody knows by now it's changed our lives, and it has changed it probably forever, the way we do a lot of things, right? So there's something that had just come out. There's a full list from the New York Times. Supposedly things will never do the same way again. Okay. This is things like blowing out your candles, because you don't want people to be, you know, all around you at your birthday party and blowing out the candles all over your birthday cake and then passing it out for everybody to eat.
You know, that is an interesting point, because until COVID, that was just sort of standard practice. It's like, you're about to eat this piece of cake that I just breathed on.
Right. I mean, or letting your kids jump into a ball pit. Think of all the ball pits at the play places. Like, that's a crazy one. Getting a quick after-work makeover. You can't just kind of go into Sephora or Ulta anymore and just do that. Yeah.
Actually, if you go into those makeup stores, they won't even like put it on your face, right?
A lot of the test products are even closed, and there's the full list: passing the microphone at a karaoke bar, shopping aimlessly, shaking hands, hugging a friend, or even kissing a cheek.
Oh, yeah. I guess people do think twice about maybe grabbing a glass of wine that someone else has been sipping.
Yeah.
You know, that they've left at the bar.
No more grabbing it off the table from the random person next to you who didn't finish it.
You know what? I actually did that once in New York City. I was at this really cool little lounge, and these people got up and left a perfectly good extra dirty martini with olives, which is my jam.
Okay.
And I was with my friend Ray, and I was like, do you dare me? Because that just looks so ice cold and delicious. I did it.
And you did.
But now, I mean, post-COVID, that is not something I would do.
You'd have to have a few martinis to even think about that dare. Ew.
Well, listen, on a sad note, comedian Louis Anderson and rock star superstar Meatloaf. They have both passed away, and this is shocking. Louis Anderson, so 68 years old. We learned that today he had died in a Vegas area hospital of complications from cancer. And on clicktohouston.com, we do have a phenomenal article. There's Meatloaf, of course, on your screen right now. Visit our website, clicktohouston.com, because we have just lovely tributes and really a timeline and a history of their careers. They both did so many things.
Absolutely. That was one of the very first music videos I ever watched, was Meatloaf, and I Would Do Anything for Love. Like, it was like a story. It's almost like a short film of that one. I remember it so vaguely, and it's such a sad day.
Well, it's also strange, too. I think when we've grown up with these people, they have been with us our entire lives, and the fact that they're not here anymore, you just sort of assume that these legends will always be here. But check out our website, clicktohouston.com, again, for those tributes.
And we'll have more later this afternoon.
Yeah, tune in for that. All right. Still to come, as much as we try to avoid them, we have all had some very awkward exchanges, haven't we? So we're sharing some of the most awkward from around the web. Lauren, this is going to be fun.
I bet it is. Now let's check in with Joe Sam, who's hanging out with some cute furry friends today. Hey, Joe.
Hey guys, look at all of my little friends here, and they have on some amazing costumes too. We're going to be talking with Gregory here about the Gregory Popovich Comedy Pet Tour that's coming up, that's happening here in Houston, and all his co-stars are going to be joining him. That's when Houston Life returns.
What you know about me? Just let the people say.
Well, Tex has made his way to my side of the desk now, which I appreciate because my hands are so cold.
Traitor! Traitor!
Thank you for warming me up, buddy. Okay, so we're chatting about painfully awkward exchanges. There's a great article that compiles them all. I'll post it on my Facebook page later. So some of the most cringeworthy moments from the web. One guy shares this. It's the breakup conversation.
Okay.
I broke up with my girlfriend at a restaurant and she started crying. Everyone thought I had proposed, so they started clapping.
Oh my God, that makes my skin
Can you imagine? It's sort of like that scene in Legally Blonde where she thinks she's being proposed to and he breaks up.
Yes, that exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can you think of any awkward exchanges you've had?
I've had plenty. I've called somebody by the wrong name.
Oh, it happens to me all the time.
Said hi to somebody who's like, I don't know. Like every day I have awkward exchanges, I swear, but I kind of have a really terrible way of getting out of them. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
You know, I have this need to call someone a name even if it's the wrong name. So if it's like, you know, John versus David versus Charlie, like it's one of those three. I don't know, I'm just gonna guess and like, hi David, but then if they're confused, I don't know why I don't just say hello.
Right, just
if
don't
I'm not
say
sure,
the names.
right?
Yeah.
Actually, recently I met someone, I was out at an establishment and someone I had just met was like, hey, I just got back from this trip. Oh, this is me doing this is me doing that. And on like the 20th photo, I was like, I don't know you, and you are literally showing me all your vacation. So suddenly I had to use the restroom.
Well,
real bad.
That brings us to our question of the day. We want to hear from you. How do you get out of awkward conversations? Of course, we've got some great responses already coming in. Let's start with Mindy. She says, excuse me while I go to the restroom.
Yes.
Yep, Mindy, we are on the same page.
That is so good. It works every time. Willie writes in, I text my wife to call me to break it up and ask to be dismissed to attend the call.
Always good. Polite not to answer the phone for sure. And Helen says, these days, all I have to do is cough and turn away. Thanks, COVID. That is so true.
So good. So good.
We'll get to more of you guys' response a little bit later on the show from the Houston Life Facebook page. So join our conversation. They always have some great comments.
You know, I think it was our producer, Beatrice. Was it you who sent the idea, the doorbell idea? So let's say you're on the phone and you can't get off the call. Like, okay, I really got to go. This woman suggested she just goes and rings her own doorbell.
Oh, that's good.
And then says, sorry, I gotta go. Someone's at the door. It's me, but they don't have to know. Isn't that genius?
That's a brilliant idea.
Brilliant.
I love it.
All right, turning now to something you might want to check out this weekend. You definitely will want to check out this weekend. From the stage of America's Got Talent to Houston's Match Theater, Gregory Popovich and his furry friends are ready to wow Houston, Lauren.
Yes, this is going to be so awesome. Gregory's blend of unique comedy and incredible acts with pets is something you can only catch for one night. And Joe Sam is downtown now getting a preview of the show. Joe, these guys are so cute. Tell us all about it.
They are super cute, Lauren and Derek, and actually I've been training with them as well. Let me show you this real quick. Check out this trick. Hey, hey.
Okay, come on, guys.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Here we go. There we go. So that's just one. We're going to show you another trick too of what you're going to be seeing at the Comedy Pet Tour that's going to be happening this Saturday. Check this out. Teamwork makes the dream work. Isn't that so cute? Absolutely amazing. Gregory Popovich here, America's Got Talent finalist and amazing performer here. Good job, little man. They are incredible. Let's talk a little bit about the show that people are going to be seeing, because I know you have been doing incredible performances all over. We actually have video of your performances. Talk about the show a little bit.
Yeah, this is very unusual show where the main star are pets, ordinary house cats and dogs whom I adopt from animal shelters across the country. And that's why we call pet theater, because our main goal is send a message to the audience. Look, ordinary pets, they're very talented, they are very smart, and if after my show someone from the audience visit local animal shelter to adopt pet,
absolutely,
I feel like my message reached target.
Now, how long does it take to train these pets, and how long have you been doing this?
I'm doing all my life from childhood. I represent 4th generation of Russian circus performer. I came to United States 30 years ago, and eventually we built show. And here we go.
Absolutely, and there's going to be amazing shows going to be happening. 2 are going to be happening here in Houston. One starts at 1 p.m. The other is going to be starting at 4 p.m. right here at the Match Theater.
Tomorrow.
And then that's going to be happening, yes, tomorrow. And then they're going to be moving to Lufkin, Texas, and then Corpus Christi.
Yes.
So a lot of shows that you guys are going to be able to catch. We're going to tell you much more after this. And we're going to have some more tricks with the pets. Derek and Lauren, this is so fun.
Oh.
It is certainly fun. We should have sent Tex on down with you. Learn something
I think
new.
he would love that.
Okay, Joe, we'll see you in just a bit. When we come back, a healthy heart leads to healthy habits. How you can take charge of your heart health with advice and resources from local specialists.
And you know him from Full Metal Jacket and Netflix's Stranger Things. Actor Matthew Modine chats about the special work behind the camera that brought him to Houston. That and so much more when Houston Life returns.
With heart disease being the leading cause of death in both men and women in the U.S., heart issues should never wait. Rapid response is critical when seconds count, and luckily we have world-class specialists at the forefront of advancing heart health right in our own backyard. Here with more on how cardiac rehabilitation can help heal hearts, our clinical dietitian Sharon Smalling and manager of cardiovascular and pulmonary rehabilitation with Memorial Hermann, Rhonda Leverton. Ladies, welcome to you both.
Thank you.
And this is really interesting. We were just chatting during the break. People talk about heart health. They think about a heart event and maybe surgery, the immediate aftermath. But let's talk about rehabilitation. What exactly is cardiac rehabilitation?
Cardiac rehabilitation is where we bring the patient after they've been out of the hospital for maybe about a week. And they get an order from the physician when they're in the hospital to come to cardiac rehab. So we're trying to help anybody that just about any kind of heart problem. And they've been in the hospital for either heart attack, stents, bypass surgery, transplant, anything. I mean.
So does that mean any patient who has experienced a cardiac event should be going into cardiac rehabilitation after?
Pretty much, yeah. There's a few things that they don't necessarily need it, but I don't think it hurts anyone because it's basically lifestyle changes.
And would they need like a referral or a recommendation to do that? Or this is something that the patient takes into their own hands?
They will have to have a physician's order if they would want their insurance to cover it.
A physician's order, okay, a critical component. Let's talk about what a cardiac rehab program typically includes.
Okay. A cardiac rehab program, when they first start, is that we give a very thorough and complete individual assessment to check out where they're at and what's gone on with them, so we know everything about them and we can do the best to take care of them. Then we take them and we put them in the program. We write a personalized exercise plan for them, and then we set goals. Sharon sees them shortly after that to help them with their diet. We have smoking cessation. We work on depression and anxiety, and
yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the list of benefits on the screen, I mean, from nutrition to exercise to smoking cessation, as you mentioned, I mean, these are essentially components to build a healthier life. Let's talk about some of the benefits of cardiac rehab, because, I mean, not just lower blood pressure we're seeing on the screen, this is an entire list to improve your health moving forward.
Right. Right, I mean, you can see it's to help understand your medications. You know, we want patients to know why they're there. Yes, we want to help lower your blood pressure. We want to decrease your risk for the heart attack. And, you know, in decreasing your risk, my job is to help them take wherever they are nutrition-wise and move them to where they either want to be, where their goals might be, or where we see that they need to be to lower their blood pressure, decrease their weight, improve their cholesterol levels. Maybe, you know, I would say, I don't know, 50% of our patients have diabetes. Wow. A lot of those are out of control, so we're trying to get blood sugars under control as well, because that certainly increases your risk for heart disease. So all of those things combined, it sounds like a lot, and sometimes it is and can be overwhelming, but it is a 3-month program. So they come 3 times a week to exercise. I see them. I office in cardiac rehab, so they're in and out of my office all the time, asking questions. It becomes a family. You know, we know them all very well by the end.
And you can help them get on a path to wellness. And I can imagine that a cardiac event is terrifying, right? It can be life-changing, but the silver lining here is that for a lot of the patients you see, this is a chance for them to reset and moving forward, live a better, healthier life.
I always tell them we're going to give them the power to take care of themselves, because then if they understand what they need to do and they understand why they're doing it, they're more likely to do it. So we're not going to be with them forever, so we just tell them the things that they need to know so they can understand what it is that they need to do to make themselves healthy.
And final thoughts just on nutrition. What are the areas for change that can make the biggest change, essentially, for heart health?
Well, you know, I always talk to them about what they're doing now, what they were doing prior to their heart attack, and look at those areas that are most important to change. How much sugar did you take in? How much fat did you take in? And try to move them more towards a plant-based diet, not eliminating meat, not eliminating sugars, not eliminating any food that you really love, but how can we make it so some of those things are not as large a part of your life, and we choose more of the healthier things, and to show them that they do taste good.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they think if it tastes bad, it's going to taste bad if it's supposed to be good for you, and that's not true.
It's an excellent point. All right.
She's fabulous at what she does.
Sharon Smalling, Rhonda Leverton, thank you both for your time. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, if you would like more information, you can visit memorialhermann.org/heart or call 713-222-2273. Now let's send things over to Lauren Kelly, who's got the scoop on a brand new comedy series hosted by two popular actors. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Derek. Coming up, we're getting a look at the true story with Ed and Randall. It's a new hybrid scripted, unscripted original comedy series starring Ed Helms and Randall Park, now streaming on Peacock. And we'll get a check of what's coming up for the news at 4, including more on today's chilly forecast. Houston Life is back in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to Houston Life. Derek Shore along with Lauren Kelly, 3:27 p.m.
All right, let's get to more of your responses about our question of the day. Earlier we asked, how do you get out of awkward conversations? And Derek and I kind of just walk away awkwardly, making it even more awkward.
Oh, I don't walk away. I stand there until I fall over and faint.
All right, let's start with Sarita. She writes, just leave. I don't owe anyone an excuse. That is so good. It's so true.
She must have gone to the COURTNEY ZAVALA school of walking away. Kimberly writes in, just interject with, and then I found $10. Works like a charm.
Random. I like it.
Wait,
just be the random person in the convo.
Okay.
Sharon writes in, I make them even more awkward until they leave. Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's very creative.
Kia writes in, I learned this from my 94-year-old grandmother. Oh, shoot, Susie said she'd be calling me now. It was great until she used it on me last week. Oh, no. My friend Lewis always says, I hate to cut this short, but yeah. Why don't we check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank? Maybe they have some ideas ahead of the news at 4 o'clock. Hey, friends.
I like awkward.
Yeah, send me an email.
That's what you tell them, yeah?
I'd love to talk about this. Send me an email.
Oh, yeah. Like when it's work-related?
Well, no, any related.
I learned this one from one of my daughters. So, you know, if it gets awkward, one of the best questions to ask is, well, what do you mean by that? And that makes it even more awkward. And they're like, okay, you know, and then I guess it's kind of like a lot of people said, make it more awkward. Yeah.
I'm like a,
babysitter.
Well, I need a drink.
I need a drink.
See you at the bar.
Where's the bar? Yeah.
A drink is always the answer.
But like, I think, I don't know, from being from West Michigan, I'm like, we go whelp, and you kind of hit your knee, and you're like, that's kind of like the signal, like it's time to move on.
I think it is time to move on.
Yes.
Okay.
It's time to move on to this weather.
It's
what a
cold
sky.
out there, but the blue sky.
It is beautiful. It is
It's just gorgeous out there. Temperatures actually with the sunshine had made it into the 50s this afternoon. Barely, but they're there. 50, 51 feels pretty good. North winds continue and even gusting to about 20. So that calms down as we move into the evening hours, and it'll be a nice clear sky, but that'll set the stage for a chilly one. This evening, we're already in the 40s. 40s by the time we get to 5, 6 o'clock. So it'll cool pretty quickly. That's Bella. I think she's just waiting for that sun and finally got it. I know, adorable. So overnight tonight, it's going to be really cold. A lot of low in mid-20s to the north. We'll up around Crockett. Look for 23, 24. Then Conroe 26, 29 Tomball. Generally right at freezing around Houston and Harris County, 32 degrees. But certainly protect everybody that you know, the pets and the people and the plants. Temperatures tomorrow make it into the mid-50s. A little warmer Sunday, and then a mess on Monday. We'll talk about that coming up at 4 o'clock.
Messy Monday. Okay,
Messy Monday.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, look now at some of the stories we are covering this afternoon.
Yeah, coronavirus vaccines and pregnancies. It's been a debate for over a year, and coming up at 4 o'clock, the results of a new study in the impact of getting pregnant if the father has had the virus.
Plus, we've been told it's okay to drink in moderation, but results of a new study proving otherwise. What it is saying about drinking alcohol and the toll it is taking on your heart.
And a drone, a dog, and a sausage. How one creative idea helped save a dog's life. So all that's coming up.
Sounds like the beginning of a bad joke, but I think it turns out to be a good story.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 drones walking to a bar.
All right, guys. We'll see the full story with all you at 4 o'clock.
All right.
In the new series True Story with Ed and Randall, hosts Ed Helms and Randall Park highlight everyday Americans as they share their most extraordinary true stories with surprising twists along the way.
Now, check this out. As each story unfolds, the events are brought to life in dramatized reenactments by a cast of notable guest stars and their celebrity friends and comedians. Now, I got to chat with both Ed and Randall all about their new original comedy series.
This is a really accurate introduction to America.
Yes,
For sure.
I think so.
For sure.
Well, I really thought that, like, Americans, that it was like, perfect, I'll just connect this way. Like, I'll just hit someone with a 2x4.
Right.
Yeah.
This is how friends are made.
Are made.
And then I like, got to school, and there was a girl, her name was Teresa. This really happened. I got on top of the desk. Friendship! I thought we could be friends. I body slammed Teresa to the floor.
No.
Yes.
What?
And she was like, why? Why, Aspen? Why? And I was like, I don't know. I can't hear you. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I got sent to the principal's office.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey guys, true story with Ed and Randall. You know, if I were to have put together a show like this, I think you two would absolutely be my top pick to host it anyways. But you have to tell our Houston Live viewers a little bit about the show.
Randall and I get to sit down with these amazing, just regular, everyday folks, and we hear crazy stories from their lives. We've never heard the stories before. Yeah. We just sort of pick their brains and have a great conversation, and then
each of these stories get a reenactment treatment, basically giving these storytellers their own biopic, performed by our celebrity friends.
This is going to be so much fun. Streaming on Peacock, there are 6 episodes. So each one is very different, though, right? We don't need our viewers to go in thinking that each one is going to be of the same story, correct?
Oh, yeah. They're wildly different. Yeah. The storytellers are wildly different people from different backgrounds from all over the country. And what they all share is the amazing ability to laugh at themselves, which is something that I feel like culturally we've lost. And these storytellers, they're so brave to come on and tell these stories, but also to do it in such a fun way. And some of the stories are really quite poignant and moving. Some of them are just outrageous and hilarious. It's really a great variety.
Now, do you have one about maybe like a couple of friends that are like fresh off the boat and they travel to like Las Vegas and they have this like crazy night out? I mean, I feel like you guys could put together a really good story about that.
Just everything Ed and I have done, just mashed it into one story. That would be wild.
Well, true story with Ed and Randall. You guys are so great. We're huge fans here at KPRC2 and Houston Live, and we just can't wait to basically devour all the stories. Thank you guys for chatting, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
True Story with Ed and Randall just launched yesterday, and you can stream all 6 hilarious episodes of the new hybrid scripted, unscripted, original comedy series now streaming on Peacock.
It really is a cool concept for a show, Lauren.
Yeah,
Can't wait
and
to
those
tune
two
in.
are such great hosts. They are fantastic.
It's a good pairing,
Yeah,
for sure. All right, coming up, we will have our conversation with actor Matthew Modine. He is standing by now, and decades after snapping photos on the set of Full Metal Jacket, he has turned them into an extraordinary exhibition coming to Houston. Don't go away. Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Life. Joe Sam has been hanging out downtown at Match Theater ahead of a very cool show we all want to see. Joe, I hear you have a new meaning for the term funny bone. How's it going down there? Okay, we're working on getting Joe's mic back. Joe, if you can hear me, we can see you. We can't actually hear you. So hold on just one moment. We can see your furry friends. They are so adorable. Look at that cat. Fantastic. So listen, while we're figuring out Joe's technical problems there at the Match Theater downtown, this is ahead of the Gregory Popovich show. He has an interesting style of comedy along with some pet tricks. He has 2 shows happening this weekend, one day only. So we're going to have more details on that show coming up later on Houston Life. In the meantime, we're going to work on getting Joe's video and audio back. I think in the meantime, though, we will take a quick commercial break. Houston Life will be back right after this. It is Friday, so you know what that means. It is time for our Houston Life prize wheel, where we spin for a lucky KPRC2 insider to win prizes. Gift cards to Landry's or a family night out. Lauren Kelly, even $1,000.
All right, Derek, today we are spinning for Marie Worth, who is joining us live via Zoom from Cyprus.
She is right there. Hi, Marie.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your family. You're married to your husband, Dave, and we understand you have 2 children, 1 teenager, 1 almost teenager.
Yes, exactly. I have a 14-year-old and I have a 12-year-old that's almost 13. So I'm about to have 2 teenagers in the house. So that's always exciting.
It's like 13 going on 25, right? That's how my mom used to explain us.
Okay, so tell us about your family. We just saw a photo of you all in front of the Supreme Court, I believe, but I understand you also have a camper and you like to take some road trips.
Oh, yes. We are loving the road trips. This is us at our property in LaGrange, and we just have so much fun taking the camper and hitting the road.
That is such a great thing to do, especially right now during this time. But also something really cool, Marie. Fun fact, you met Courtney Zavala in San Francisco. You took her family's picture at the Golden Gate Bridge. That is, you talk about random, right?
Yes, it was so exciting. We were at the Golden Gate Bridge about to cross over, and we spotted Courtney, and she was so lovely. And we said hello, and we didn't want to invade her space, but we saw that she was with her family, and we took a photo of her, and then of course she took a photo of us, and it was just so exciting.
Wait,
so it was so much fun. And
this
such
is
a
the
nice
photo
surprise.
she took?
Is the one we're looking at the photo Courtney took?
Yes, Courtney took the photo.
Goodness. What a coincidence. Wow, we love that story, Marie. Well, yeah, Courtney spends a lot of time up in San Francisco because she has family up there. So it is nice to meet you virtually, Marie. Hopefully, Lauren and I will run into you on a bridge somewhere. But in the meantime, what do you say we spin the prize wheel for you?
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
Lauren Kelly, do you want to do the honors?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with my sparkly ring finger, which is going to give me extra luxury.
Let's do this, Marie. We are rooting for you. Go for it, Lauren.
Okay. Come on.
I love this part, the suspense as the wheel goes around. And you have won some Landry's gift cards.
Yes.
So you can take your husband Dave, Eliana, and Zane, and the 4 of you. Maybe you can hit Landry's before you go on your next camping trip.
Yeah.
How does that sound? Marie, thank you so much for watching Houston Life, and congrats on being today's winner. We'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
And to the rest of our viewers, if you would like your chance to spin and win live on the show in the new year, all you have to do is join our KPRC2 Insider program. Just head to clicktohouston.com/insider if you would like to sign up.
I love it. Congratulations again, Marie. Now let's send it back out to Joe Sam, who has a new meaning for the term funny bone. Hey, Joe.
I like that, Lauren and Derek. So when we talk about that funny bone, we're giving you all the jokes and comedy in this pet theater. Here with Popovich right now. Check this out with this amazing dog. Look at that. He can jump better than I can with any jump rope. Look at that. Yes, good job. Good job.
Yeah,
and we're here with all of our furry friends. Popovich, this is going to be really amazing for people to come and check out. Tell us why you do this, because I know it's something fun for you, but you give people so much laughter and so much happiness with these shows.
Yes, my main goal, pay attention for homeless pets. All my pets I adopt from animal shelter, and I feel like they are very smart, very talented. And if after my show someone visit local animal shelter, adopt one kitty or puppy, I feel like my message reach target.
Now, Popovich, you have to break down the show for us. How long does the show last for? And you're going to be incorporating all different types of animals. Oh, it's not going to be just the cats and the dogs, but you even have mice, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, yes. We have a pony, we have a parrot, doves, and of course, and white mice. But this is not only a pet show. We have a physical comedy. We also have a acrobat from Moscow Circus, juggling, equilibrium. So it's combined variety show. Originally, I came from Soviet Union. Used to be called Soviet Union. Now it's it's Russia. And I came from Moscow Circus. We have a great school, great technique, great experience.
So, okay, we just finished talking about Popovich. We have to introduce your co-stars. Tell us the names of all of these cute and beautiful pets that we have here.
So this is Archie. It's Alaskan Eskimo. This is Cracker. This is Timon. This is Orange, and this is Gek.
Look at their little cute outfits, and they have something.
40 more pets waiting for you, and we're happy to invite you tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 4 p.m. in the Match Theater.
Now, of course, we're going to have information for where people can get those tickets on our website, HoustonLife.tv. But again, you guys, you do not want to miss the show with these amazing, talented pets. They're all so energetic, and they're ready to put on a show. I know you're excited about it, too. One time only. He's going to be here tomorrow and giving us that here happening at the Match Theater. This is going to be so fun, and I cannot wait to see them all up on stage in their costumes and all.
Give us a 5.
Absolutely. Again, guys, we're going to have information for where you can find those tickets to come and check out this show for your entire family. Everybody's going to have a great time. And Derek and Lauren, you cannot be having a bad time at all when you have these amazing, cute pets in there.
Oh,
very nice, Joe.
Good thing I'm not there, because I would have brought home some new furry friends with me today.
We are lucky to have the show in Houston. Joe Sam, thank you so much for that. Okay, shifting gears now. More than 30 years after the film Full Metal Jacket turned him into a full-fledged movie star, actor and filmmaker Matthew Modine is revisiting his time on the set of the iconic Stanley Kubrick war film in a new photographic exhibition coming to Houston.
Getting goosebumps, Derek. All right, Matthew Modine joins us now with details on Full Metal Jacket Diary and the importance of these behind-the-scenes images. Wow, Matthew, welcome to the program this afternoon.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, first of all, we can't believe we're speaking with you. And secondly, describe to us the behind the scenes of how this all happened, because on the set of Full Metal Jacket, you essentially had sort of like a journal. You played a journalist, a war journalist. You were taking notes. You were shooting these black and white photos. And then after the film, these photos just essentially sat in a box for a while. So tell us how this exhibition came to life.
Well, first and foremost, it was extraordinary that Stanley Kubrick allowed me to take photos on his film set. That was it was unheard of that anybody would be able to document what it was that he was doing. But perhaps because I was playing a journalist, he thought, well, I'll let Matthew take photos on the set. And because I was playing a journalist, I started journaling. I kept a diary of the day-to-day account of what it was to work on the film, which resulted in an award-winning book and now an iPad app called Full Metal Jacket Diary. And these photos, as you mentioned, they sat in a box for a long time before I decided to do something with them. And the thing about photographs is that, and negatives, is that they continue to develop while they sit in the box. They have a certain kind of story to tell when you capture the image, and over time, they continue to develop, and the content of the photographs begins to change and take on greater significance, absolutely because of Stanley Kubrick not being here anymore. So the photograph of his director's chair takes on a greater significance because it's a chair that will never be filled again.
Matthew, what I think is so fascinating is obviously you're not using a cell phone or some kind of new technology to take. These photos were taken on probably a 35mm camera, something that the film is going to last throughout the decades. What kind of camera did you even have with you every day? Is that a silly question for me to want to know? Like, it's not a cell phone, it's not a disposable. What was it?
Yeah, it was a medium format Rolleiflex camera that my good friend Joe Kelly gave to me because he said Stanley Kubrick had a photography background. He was a magazine. He took photos for a magazine called Look magazine. And he said that I'm going to give you this camera because it could be a great way to break the ice with Stanley Kubrick and start a friendship. If I understood photography and knew how to use this medium format camera, Stanley might be impressed. And so that was the camera that I captured all of these images with. And the thing about a medium format camera is the negative's quite large. It's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inches. And so there's a tremendous amount of information in that negative. And so we took those images for this exhibition and we did what they call a drum scan, which allows you to go in and capture even more information that's inside that piece of celluloid and you know, see information that you never saw in a normal photographic print. The images are quite stunning.
Well, we've seen just a little bit of those images, just a few of them, Matthew. I know tomorrow you're actually giving a Q&A session, essentially, at the Alta Arts in Gulfton. And this is a chance. Tickets are $20. It's a total steal. This is a chance for people to come and ask you questions about this time. And I know, Matthew, you have so many fans. Hard to believe 1987 was when Full Metal Jacket was released. But also, it seems like this exhibition is a way for you to not only reach a whole new audience, but for the telling of this story to reach so many new people. Because oftentimes, I mean, Full Metal Jacket is called one of the greatest war films of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it's extraordinary that 30 years after the fact that Full Metal Jacket continues to be part of the conversation, that it still has a relevance today as it did when the film was made. That's a testament to Stanley Kubrick and his artistic abilities. It's wonderful to have been a part of that legacy of Stanley Kubrick, to be a part of his library of films that he made. It's partly what gave the Duffer Brothers, the creators of Stranger Things, the desire to have me to work with them on Stranger Things. So it's, you know, I'm just really grateful that I had the opportunity to participate in what, as you say, some people say is the greatest war film ever made. I think there's been a lot of great war movies made before Full Metal Jacket and since Full Metal Jacket. I'm just really grateful that I was part of this one.
Well, Matthew, thank you so much. It was an honor speaking to you. For more, you can visit the Scene on Houston Life section at houstonlife.tv. Houston Life will be right back.
Sounds good.
Our crew is together here in studio today.
We are.
I know.
I am so excited to talk to you today.
You're excited about everything. When we operate out of what we love, it is the highest source of light and life. And when I'm coming out of love, and you're coming out of love, and you're coming out of love, we can't help but have what? More of the same.
Good things happen.
Good things.
Look at my boy. Tired there.
I'm going to show you guys exactly how curling works. Look at that. I did that. Go team, go.
Because y'all know I love spice. It's not too spicy, too. There's cauliflower, some green beans, okra, I believe some red peppers. How y'all doing?
That is delicious. Curling is a cult following.
Strong push off.
And push.
Look at that. My sweepers make the rock go down further. Go, go, hurry, 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 hurry.
Hey, Keith, so it is 3:20 p.m. right now. Probably time for you to change your shirt and get ready for the news at 4.
I got to go into the telephone booth and change, yes.
That's why we have that telephone booth here. It's been fun hanging out. Our thanks to Keith Garvin, who I believe is standing by with Roseanne Aragon in Studio A.
Yes, yeah. I threw my tie on and my shoes were tied.
Yeah.
Complete change.
You do it all around here, Keith. A quick change like magic. Hey, Lauren Kelly, if one of the Olympians, if they fall off the curling team, maybe you could fill in. You're really good.
I already said that I'm here. If you guys need me, just call me. I'm on the quick dial, the bat phone.
You said it was beginner's luck. I think it was pure talent, full-fledged talent.
4 days later, and I still can't sit down properly.
Well, that was a fun week on Houston Life, and coming up Monday on the show, cheers to dry January. See what's on the shelves over at Sipple, the first booze-free bottle shop in Texas. We love that.
All right. Plus, we were chatting with the local chef competing to bring Guy Fieri's next franchise, Chicken Guy, to Houston on Food Network's Guy's Chance of a Lifetime.
Very, very nice. Well, hard to believe it is already Friday here at Houston Life. Thanks to all of our viewers for weighing in on today's question of the day. We were asking, what is your strategy for getting out of awkward conversations?
Right.
And we always love reading your comments. We never have time to get to all of them here on the show, but visit our Houston Life Facebook page if you would like to read more of them. There are some pretty good ones on there.
Very cringeworthy. It's fantastic.
It's good stuff. In the meantime, Lauren Kelly, how are you enjoying engaged life?
Oh, it's good. I'm not a bridezilla yet, but there's plenty of time for me to become one. I'm totally kidding. I will not be a bridezilla.
I don't believe that for a second. I have known this woman for years, way back to the radio days, and I don't think I've ever seen you in a bad mood.
Oh, we have lots of time to get there.
Well,
and
it's not
of
true.
To plan.
Lauren Anderson was right. You are excited about everything. We love having you here on the couch.
Thank you, Derek.
Lauren Kelly. Courtney Zavala, we hope we'll see you soon as well. In the meantime, we're going to send it over to Keith and Christine. Happy Friday.
To you as well. Hey, to know that we potentially have a world champion curler in the house, that's amazing.
She's so good.
He's very multi-talented.
Oh, I know.
So you'll see, like, man, every day, Lauren, you're doing something different, and I'm like, look at that girl go.
Yeah, just taking one for the team, Christine.
I love it. I'm here for it. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, indeed.